Quite right. A staggering 120 million rand was stolen from ATMs during the riots in July. Now, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre says over 1,200 ATMs, I beg your pardon, and 310 bank branches were vandalised. Looters broke some of the ATMs by force. 82 branch safes were also breached. And the Sabric telling us that any suspicious transactions should be reported to the Financial Intelligence Centre. Now, with me, Sabric CEO Nischal Mewalall joins me just for some background on those latest figures. Nischal, thanks indeed for talking to us. I mean, 3 weeks ago, we had this estimate given to us by the Banking Association of South Africa. They said 20 million rand could have been stolen from ATMs. Now Sabric confirms that actually that number is 120 million rand. That's a significant jump there in terms of the number.
Hi, good evening, Devan, and good evening to the viewers. Certainly, I think what's important to note is that Sabric and the Banking Association work jointly on this matter. And the key difference between the number that's the Banking Association released last week was, in your words, it was an estimate. And the Banking Association has always maintained that their numbers are soft numbers. These are estimated numbers that they've put out there. The difference with Sabric is that we are actually working with the teams on the ground, the security teams on the ground, to get physical confirmation and supply verified numbers. So that's why Sabric takes a little bit of time before we release data, because we ensure that the numbers we put out are aligned to the information that's supplied to the police, the information that's contained in potential civil claims, as well as insurance claims. So we've got to make sure that our numbers tally up and are aligned to what goes into the criminal justice system.
It's a staggering jump. It's also interesting that you pointed out that not all of the money stolen was stained with a security dye. Now, that means, I would imagine, that people could be making perfectly legal purchases with stolen money.
Absolutely. I think what we need to remember is that in this instance, there has certainly been instances where the dye stain technology did not deploy as part of the ATM design. And that could be because they were tampered in a way that overcame the security components of the device. And then there were instances where money was stolen from the vaults that actually remain inside bank branches themselves. Now, these vaults do not have dye stain technology because theoretically they are not generally breached. So when you add this up, certainly there is a hell of a lot of money out there that's unsoiled and certainly going to be integrated into the economy.
Yeah, that's a staggering fact, Nischal. Do we know how much of that cash was indeed not stained? Do we have an amount?
No, we unfortunately don't as yet, because we're still in the process of doing the investigations into the devices in order to understand how many devices did not deploy the technology and how many did. And once we have that sense, also keep in mind that there's actually about 36 other devices or ATM devices that have gone missing, and we've never recovered these devices as yet. So these machines are maybe in somebody's home. It's been totally destroyed. We have no idea where these machines are. We're trying to recover them. And that would also give us a better sense of what went on once these devices were removed from the physical sites or the premises that they were housed.
When you say devices, do you mean the actual ATM per se or something else?
Yes, I mean the actual ATM. I mean, these are the ATMs as you would go outside a branch or to a mall. You would find the ATM there where you stick your card in. The entire machine's missing.
You've also mentioned that 82 in-branch safes were also breached. Again, I just want to bring in the Banking Association here, who a couple of weeks ago told us that it's unlikely that you would have had much of the cash stolen from those banks because, banks no longer really keep hard cash inside there. But those 82 branch safes, to what extent was the theft really sort of undertaken there?
Yes. So the numbers from the amounts of money stolen out of branch safes themselves just exceeded 9 million rands. That's not a lot when you compare or you evaluate it against the total amount that we have validated thus far has gone missing. And if you think about it, 82 safes holding 9 million, that really shows you that there's been a lot of changes in the way banks hold physical cash on premises. The numbers are really small because if you had to divide up, 9 million by 82 different branches, it's very small by comparison to what some of the historic numbers were lost when we used to have a lot of physical bank robberies, between 10 and 15 years ago, hard bank robberies where millions and millions were lost at a time.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there, but it certainly is very unsettling to know that there could be hard stolen cash circulating in the economy. Sabric CEO Nischal Mewalall there talking to us about those looted ATMs.